There is a tree. I call it the copper tree. I don't know I can't remember the name of it, but its bark looks like copper. It just glistens in the sun. My favorite fruit tree is the mango tree, because of course I love mango. But I love soursop trees, mango trees, sweetsop, cherries. Oh, a gentleman just told me just last week that we no longer have cherries. I noticed, yeah, so that was something that was missing. When we went to Jamaica, I got pretty much all the fruits that I love except cherries. And I was told just last week that there was some kind of disease that killed the cherry trees because we have our cherries. Oh my goodness. So we have various kind of plum trees, ganaps, and just all. In one of the books that I wrote about a tree that I had. It was an old number 11 mango tree. And there was another tree that was not too far from that tree that was also a number 11 mango tree, but I never knew it. And the gardener wanted to cut it down, and my grandmother said no, because she's like, whatever isn't dead, no, you can't, let it stay. And do you know, eventually it bore fruit, but it took years before it bore fruit. So they wanted, many times he wanted to chop it down because he was like, look, it's not productive. Just get rid of it. And she said no. And it became, its fruit was larger than the original number 11 mango tree that was there. So I'm glad that no one cut it down. Another thing that I noticed on the land, and this is something when we give love to trees and we take for granted, we're like, I was given love, or some people might think people are crackpots or whatever names. I know you're not supposed to call names, but you know folks have said stuff like that. But I tell you what, and this is serious, it was called turpentine mango. Never forget, this tree was dying. He also wanted to chop it down, and the mangoes that it used to bear was very, you couldn't eat it. It wasn't that it was sour or tart. It just never formed right. So it never, growing up in the islands, when it's not like we buy fruits there and you're like, oh, okay, this is a mango, let's eat this. No, it was inedible because we have edible mangoes, right? So my grandmother though said no, and she put the ash from wood around its root, and she would go and she would water it and she would say, yes, you're going to bear beautiful fruits, sweet mangoes. And I kid you not, like folks laugh, but after 2 years of that, seriously, this tree started bearing mangoes. And as I said, it was bearing before, but inedible. And they were the sweetest mangoes. And everyone, because that's not a mango that most people like, it has a kind of tartness to it, but not that tree. Very sweet. So I just say when we give love to our plants and our planet, it's going to respond better.